Welcome to Gem Business Solutions. Gem Business Solutions has been creating computer programs for the past 8 years, and GemRack is one of our products. GemRack is a computer program that helps you create warehouse racking designs and produces quotes, bill of materials, parts list, floor plan with elevations, 3D view and safety audit reports. It caters to different user needs, and in this short demo I'll briefly show you our basic, standard and professional versions, as well as just how easy it is to use and how to create a project within minutes that could otherwise take you hours manually. This is GemRack's main screen. We can access various windows and dialogues via the menu and toolbars. GemRack also has an intuitive help function whenever you need it. It is a simple to understand guide that shows you how to use the GemRack software. It can be accessed through the menu bar, by pressing the F1 key at any time, or by clicking the question mark toolbar button. GemRack also has an extensive list of video tutorials, which are a great and easy way of learning how to use our Rack Designer software. Using these video tutorials increases your proficiency, and we highly recommend you watch them when you first start using our program like so. We can create and save a 3D image when in top view, and we would do this when wanting to print or send it as an email attachment. I will now demonstrate our basic version of GemRack. The basic version has the following main features. It supports the creation of runs, handrails, safety equipment and fixtures, produces a floor plan and project specification report, has basic drawing and editing capability, and creates professional looking documents. As you can see, when we start the GemRack software, an empty project design is automatically created for us. However, we can also create new projects at any time, like so. Basic project setup details such as project name and site address are used to identify our project and can be filled out at any time, so we'll do that now. This is the Build tab. It has a panel for entering design area dimensions, another panel with icons used for creating objects such as doors, fixtures and runs, and the last panel with checkboxes for other settings. So we'll go ahead and set some of those now. First, we'll create design area margins as per dimensions we entered above. We can have projects using just margins alone, or if we want to create wall objects like doors and fire hydrants, we need to convert those margins to walls. So we'll do that now. We'll now create some wall objects like doors and fire hydrants. We'll now edit the created objects to show you just how easy it is to do that. Now we'll create a typical fixture like an office and edit its properties, such as dimensions, color and caption. We can create as many fixtures as we need. Now that we've created our fixtures, we'll create runs, but first I'll briefly explain some of the settings. In the Run tab, we specify the number of runs, run depth, back tire length when creating back-to-back runs, aisle clearance, and whether the top beam holds load, which is used for calculation purposes. In the Bay tab, we specify number of bays to create, beam length and height, tier and frame height, and in the Other tab we specify frame slot interval, minimum drive-through height, and pallet related settings. So let us set some values. In the Run tab we'll set the run depth. In the Bay tab we'll set the number of bays, tier and frame height. And in the Other tab we'll include the column protectors. There's a couple of ways to create runs, and I'll show you how. If we want to place a run in a specific location, then we use the select and click method. To do that, we also need to set the run direction and build flow in the toolbar. We'll now select the run icon and click on the design area. Alternatively, we can use the select and drag method, in which case we select the run icon and drag the mouse in the design area to create our run. We can also create back-to-back runs using both of the above methods. To do that, we first need to go to the Run tab and allow 2 runs to be created and ensure we have the correct back tie length. We can edit any run by going into Run View and making adjustments like so. In the Accessories tab, we can select the Column Protector checkbox and add protectors to 1 or more bays. We can also add bays, change tier, beam and frame heights like so. We'll now go back to Top View by clicking the Close button. The Functions menu has various commands that help us in adjusting, moving, adding or deleting, and editing objects such as runs and fixtures. These commands can also be accessed via the Object menu. We can move an object by selecting it and in the Object menu select the Move command, like so. We can also move objects by selecting them and using the up, down, left, right keys on our keyboard. Let's just see how easy it is to align and space out runs using some of the available functions. We'll now add some safety barriers to our existing runs. Let's now show the design in floor plan view. We can also save this drawing as a PDF file. I'll now show you the project specification report. Here we can see specific information for each run, and this information together with the drawings can be used during construction. If we wish to leave ourselves notes about some aspect of the project, we can do so by using the Note feature. This concludes our basic version. I will now demonstrate our standard version of GemRack. The standard version has the following main additional features compared to the previous version. It has purlins, pillars, bollards, exclusion zones, distance markers, semi-automated run building capability, automatically spaces out runs, includes bay profiles in 2D drawings, generates parts list report, and supports frame splices and run accessories. First, we'll quickly enter basic project info. Now we'll create the design area margins like before. And like before, we'll convert those margins to walls so that we can later add some doors. We'll now create some purlins by specifying their dimensions, and we'll also create some pillars in a similar way. We'll now create doors and add some bollards. Now we'll create an office by using the select and drag method. If we wish to exclude some areas from being automatically built on, we use exclusion zones. So for this demo, we'll place an exclusion zone here. Like in the basic version, let's set some run parameters now. As well as being able to create runs manually, as shown earlier, in this version we can create runs semi-automatically. We set the run direction and flow in the toolbar and create runs via the menu bar, or by clicking the Build Flow shortcut button. If we need to use frame splicing, in this version we are able to show the splices, and I'll set their height now. So when we create runs later, we'll be able to see the splices if we go into Run View and 2D drawings. To determine storage capacity of our design, we need to specify pallet dimensions, and as part of that, we'll adjust the pallet load to beam clearance now. We'll now create some single and back-to-back runs by first going into the Run and Bay tabs, adjusting various settings. I'll just go into the Run view now and show you the frame splices. If we want to create some drive-through bays, we can do so by removing their bottom beams. While we are here, I'll show you how to do that from Run view, and later I'll show you how to do that from Top view. We'll now go ahead and remove those beams. In compliance with safety regulations, we'll now select some runs and add safety barriers to them. To show distances between objects and object dimensions, we can use distance markers. There are a couple of ways to do this. We can use the click and drag method, like so, and we can do that via Functions menu. In this version, we can show the floor plan with front and side elevation profiles for all the different bays. These profiles show individual tier and bay dimensions, drive-through bays, splices, pallet representation, etc. And again, we can save these drawings as a PDF file. I'll now show you the parts list report. By clicking on the parts list button in the toolbar, we create a summary of all the parts used in the project, and if we click on the Details button, we can expand the summary to show a detailed list of all those parts. This information can be used as a picking list or during the ordering process. If you notice on the top of the list, we have the project name and drawing number shown. This is the information that we entered earlier in the project setup dialog. This concludes our standard version. Now I will demonstrate our professional version of GemRack. The professional version has the following main additional features compared to the previous version. It allows us to build runs, purlins, pillars and distance markers in full auto mode. Has captions, forklift object, run view 2D drawing and 3D capability. Generates bill of materials, Word templates based quotes, and in this demonstration we'll also be using the catalog and safety audit add-ons. With the catalog add-on, we are now able to work in both catalog and non-catalog modes. I'll just show you a sample catalog. Up to now we've been running in non-catalog mode, but for the purpose of showing you costings, we'll now use the default catalog. We'll now quickly fill out client and project setup details. Next, we'll create design area margins and convert them to walls. We'll now create an office. Then we'll add some doors and bollards, like so. and a caption here. We'll now create purlins, but this time we'll use the auto mode. Now we'll create pillars also in auto mode where the whole design area is filled out. If we wish to build runs in a designated area only, we can use the Active Zone feature available in this version of GemRack. Now we'll select the Active Zone function and mark the designated area where we wish to create runs. So we'll place an active zone here. We'll set up some fields and parameters from our catalog components and create some runs within Active Zone. We'll now remove the active zone and we'll create some more runs. In this version we can create bill of materials and a quotation. By clicking on the bill of materials button, we create a summary of all the parts in the design of the project, including prices. If we now exit this window and open the quotation, we can see all the prices that we chose to include in our Word-based template. This document can be given to our potential client. Like in the standard version, there are a couple of ways to create distance markers, and this version also has the auto mode available. And similar to distance markers, this version also has the auto mode available for creating safety barriers. We could have included accessories when first creating runs, but as we didn't do that then, we'll add some now. We'll select the steel mesh deck and update the runs. We'll now go into the 2D drawing to see the front, side and top elevations. If we go into the 3D view, we'll see the run in 3D perspective. Here we can see various checkboxes to control what's displayed. These include Show Hide Pallets, Highlight Steel Mesh Decks, and Show Hide Legend, to name just a few. If we go back to Top View and select a number of runs, we can perform various actions on them. And for now, I'll just show you how to remove bottom beams to create drive-through bays. As you can see, the process is very simple. You select the runs, then from menu bar, select the Remove Bottom Beam function. Enter the bays you wish to remove the beams from, and click OK. And that's it. We see all the affected bays marked with a cross, indicating they are now drive-through bays. And if we go into 3D view, we'll see that change reflected. We can also create pre-existing equipment that will be excluded from pricing and grayed out in floor plan and 3D view to denote the exclusion. You can further embellish your drawings by placing a forklift in the appropriate places. Now let's see that in 3D. When we conduct a safety audit, we can prepare a costed report by using the Safety Audit add-on. To do that, we open the Safety Audit view and mark all the damaged, defective or missing equipment, like so. Now we'll see in the 3D view the affected equipment. Next, we'll open the bill of materials and select Damaged and Defective Report to see the cost involved. And finally, we open the Safety Audit Report and enter the inspection date, which can then be sent to the customer. Some of the planned features for this product include cantilever, double deep, drive-in, carpet and cable racks, supermarket shelving, mezzanine and support for tablet devices. This concludes our demonstration. As you can see, GemRack from Gem Business Solutions is a highly automated and easy to use rack designer tool that improves efficiency, accuracy, presentation and overall quality of your projects. With its extensive list of simple to understand built-in tutorials, it helps you create professional looking designs in a fraction of the time and without the need for any costly external training. It comes in several versions and you can start with one and upgrade to a higher version should your needs change. I hope you found this demonstration informative, and bear in mind this is just a sample of what GemRack can do for you.